Hey everyone, so I recently just competed in n00bzCTF 2024. It was a lot of fun, and the OSINT was really interesting. It went from 0 to 100 pretty quickly. It was very memorable. So here's a full write-up for the OSINT category. So first one here, we have tail, and it just shows us a picture of an airliner's tail, and we have to actually find where that's coming from. So to solve this, all I really did was just look up airliner logo with white flower, and went to images, and then I found this one, exact same one, and opening it up, it's Air Tahiti. So googling Air Tahiti, you can go here, and I believe the hub, yep, the hub is right here. Got the hub open, and the IATA code is just PPT. So that's the challenge solved. It's just noobs with PPT inside of it. Alright, moving on to the other one is the gang. This is the start of a pretty interesting storyline for this OSINT category. So we each need to find the Noobs United gang. The team website might help. I'm just going to Google Noobs United. It's right here. Shows a website for us. And let's see, John Doe. We have to find John Doe. We just go to members. John Doe is the last one. You can just hover over to see their names. This is everybody who presumably competes in Noobs United. Just got a John Doe right here, and that is the flag for the gang. Then it shows us an article which is going to be used for a different challenge in a few minutes. But moving on, we go to pastebin. Just got my pastebin, which was created a long time ago. And some people actually, like, literally they reported that pastebin and got it deleted, which was pretty funny. So it had to be like remade and stuff. But for this one, there's nothing here. However, there is a part 2. This is going to be for the next challenge. So we have 2 things for the next challenges: this Twitter account, and that Twitter account, and then the riddle that's in the blog post over there. But there's nothing here. So, well, I presumably got deleted, right? So I just checked Wayback Machine. Just got Wayback Machine, Wayback Machine. And I actually already looked it up here. But pretty much you can just go to Wayback Machine, paste that in there, and you will see a snapshot from August 3rd. Just got to go to that. Go to Untitled. Thankfully it was all saved. Definitely recommend archiving things you like, especially YouTube videos. A lot of YouTube videos I've loved over the years have been taken down randomly for no reason at all sometimes. Definitely suggest using YouTube DL to archive those. But anyways, for this challenge, you just have to kind of like scroll all the way down. I think these people were trolling. When I solved it, I remember there weren't all these comments. I think people were like actually trolling. And I think they had to remake the challenge. Yeah, because so many people reported and deleted it. So it was a little bit less convoluted than this. But you just go to Wayback Machine, and then you get the flag right there. Pretty easy. Then for the gang 2. Actually, I'm gonna do Pastebin X first, just because it's slightly easier. Then we'll do the gang series. So with Pastebin X, we're using that Twitter account we found on the Pastebin. And she says, all I need is a user ID, said the boss. Help the poor employee find the ID. See Pastebin for name. So you just went back to Pastebin, that challenge, and it's this account. Do I have it open already? I do not. So you just go to this guy over here, and you will need a Twitter account, because if you like try to click on the guy's account, it's like gives you that pop-up. You have to log in, which is pretty annoying. But for this one was pretty easy, but I know quite a few of my friends got kind of tripped up on it. It was just asking for the user ID for this Twitter account. And you can just use an online service to do it for free. I literally just Googled get Twitter ID online, and I found I use a different site, but this one also works. You just copy that, paste it in for the flag. And that was pretty much it. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Close all these real quick. And we'll move on to the gang series. Now this is where it actually gets pretty interesting. This was definitely a unique OSINT CTF. Okay, so you've gotten your first flag, but that's just the beginning. There, he's left us a riddle. And important to note, the flag will already be wrapped in noobs. So this isn't like the other challenges where we have to like find something and put it together. The flag is just right there. So John Doe gives us a riddle. And I read this like 10 times, and I was like, what the hell am I looking at? I had no idea what I was looking at. And I saw it was ChatGPT. And then I noticed, oh, no, actually, what I did was I copy pasted this in the ChatGPT. I was like, maybe I could do some ChatGPT reverse engineering here, see what's going on. And ChatGPT was like, oh yeah, you should try reading like the first line, the first letter of every line. I did that. I was like, oh my god, it was right in front of me the whole time. You read the first character of every line. It says username is John Hacker Doe. So we have a username, John Hacker Doe. Now this is where I also got stuck for a while. Okay, you have a username, John Hacker Doe. Let's just Google it. You can Google it and you'll go down a rabbit hole. There's really nothing here. Like, there's one mention in this Apache Cassandra book, but there's literally no other mentions other than examples and stuff. So I was like, okay, well, username OSINT is pretty easy. I'll just use Sherlock. Sherlock is a great tool most of the time. I say most of the time because my go-to when I get a username is just run it on Sherlock. So all you would do is just do Sherlock. I'm not sure if it's installed by default on Kali. If you don't have Sherlock in your Linux repos, you can probably just compile it. It's like a simple Python script, so it's pretty easy. But on Kali, you can just download it as binary. So all you have to do is do Sherlock John Hacker Doe. You can also use it on Windows, I'm pretty sure. Like, it's just a Python script, so you can pretty sure you could just run on Windows too. But I would just run Sherlock John Hacker Doe. And I got nothing. I'll just tell you right now, I was stuck on this for 2 hours. I got nothing but false positives. This was pretty frustrating. Sherlock always has false positives. Like, I've never seen a username from ArtStation or AnyWorld that actually results in something. But it just gave me a bunch of false positives, right? And so I was then just stuck right there. I was like, what the hell do I do? I was on this for an hour, like a solid hour. I was like, what do I do with a freaking username, right? And after trying a bunch of different stuff, out of desperation, I just decided to randomly look up username OSINT tool. And then I found user recon. I found user recon, and I ran it, sudo bash user recon sh. John Hacker Doe. There we go. We put it in there. And then it finds a freaking Twitter account. I don't know why Sherlock didn't catch that Twitter account. Only user recon did. But I know what tool I'm going to be using in the future. I'll just use both. But it finds John Hacker Doe on Twitter, and I'm sure that would have been like a lot more, like, I'm sure this challenge would be a lot more intuitive for some people. My first instinct wasn't to check it on Twitter, but to just use an automated tool. So, lesson learned, definitely check stuff manually because tools can fail sometimes. And then you get taken to John Hacker Doe's Twitter, and there's the flag. I spent an hour on this. It should not have been that hard. Alright, so now we're going to be moving on with the game 3, and this is where the difficulty definitely ramped up a bit. It asks us, can you find where the OG meeting up point is? The flag is the format noobs with latitude and longitude, the 3 decimal places. Continue where you left off. Okay, so we left off right here. Want to join us? I have a challenge for you. It gives us an AES GCM ciphertext. This. Plus, the key is the same as last time. And the IV is the lat long up to 3 decimal places. So, is that? So, alright, we're going to have to open up CyberChef. And CyberChef is just one of those websites. It's not cyberchef.com. Nobody owns that. You have to Google CyberChef and go here. You can also run it locally, but CyberChef is just one of those things you will have on you all the time when you're doing a CTF. Let's look up AES. Oh, actually, I should mention, if you're ever doing a CTF and you get like some sort of encoded value but you don't know what it is, use the magic function. Literally insta solves like a lot of beginner challenges. Not applicable here though, but you should definitely know that. So let's just look up AES, and we got to use the AES decrypt function. Okay. So the key, the ciphertext, is this, and that's what we have to decode. So this right here is the ciphertext. It's encrypted. The key is the same as last time, and the IV is lat long, up to 3 decimal places. Use the city where we met in 2022. Okay, so that's we have 2 things to find, the key and the IV. And then there's also this extra random thing, which I know is first we have to set GCM, and that is the GCM tag. My crypto person helped a lot with this. Don't ask me to explain the intricacies of AES, but we need to find the key and the IV. So it asks us for the city we met in 2022, and the same as last time. So this one definitely required a little thinking outside the box. The intended solution is to go to what they did last time. It's the same as last time. We're playing a CTF. So if you do last time, well, you can actually look at the challenges they had before. I think some sort of hint or reference would have been very, very helpful, because I can definitely see why less than 100 people were able to solve this. You had to go to their official write-ups from 2022 and 2023. So let's look at so on the 2022 one, you can see there is a challenge conveniently named John Doe. And this is just one of the OSINT challenges they ran last year. But importantly, we do get coordinates. 46720, 33154. So we can put those in as the IV with a comma. IV, comma. So it's lat long up to 30 with a comma. Okay, and let's also switch this to UTF-8, because this is not hex. If you just left this blank, like by default as hex, you could hypothetically have everything correct, but nothing would. You wouldn't get anything out of it. So that's the key. Now we have to find the IV. And well, the secret key is just this. Pretty much, you just had to go to the 2023 write-up and get the secret key. You can never catch John Doe. You would just have to copy this and then paste this as the key. And of course, change that to UTF-8. Once you got all that, GCM input is hex, because this is hex. Output raw, because if you did hex, you could actually just decompile it. It doesn't really matter, but output is raw helps. The IV is just the coordinates. The key is from that previous CTF alongside the IV, and that extra thing, that is the GCM tag. So you would compile that, and then you would end up getting the, what's it called? And then you would get a invite to the hangout. So this is like, this was pretty cool. So this is literally just like a roleplay Discord server for everything that was going on here. And there's a couple of key factors that we have to look into. As you can see here, had to put my name, NightSec, gotta rep the team. And then some people started making threads, and they were like, the Discord events page was just filled. That was pretty funny. So now, this moves us on to, the flag is just lat long. Okay, so that's just so you can just paste the latitude, longitude as a flag. This takes us to the very last one. Can you find more information about his flight? Time to close John Doe's case one and for all. I definitely suggest keeping this on hand. It was quite difficult to solve without it. So looking at the Discord server, what was my original thinking with this? Okay, so we're just reading the whole thing. Blah, 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 blah. How's the weather in Delhi? Here it's super hot, John Doe. Delhi is so hot, dude. Okay, so John Doe is from Delhi, and Bengaluru is also mentioned. Can't wait to get there? Okay, okay, John Doe, that's our first hint. And I had to write this all down in a separate Discord server for keeping track of my solves. He's going from Delhi to Bengaluru. First hint. Awesome. And we're meeting near the statue, right? Okay, so that's where they're gonna meet. It's about 110 feet tall. This statue is 110 feet tall, but there was an extra note here that says Wikipedia isn't right all the time. I'm not hallucinating. It's literally said that. Okay, there used to be a note here that says Wikipedia isn't accurate all the time, because he had to use Wikipedia, and the feet measurement was like off by 3 feet. Okay, so it was going from Delhi to Bengaluru. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Sorry to any Indian viewers. But the flight leaves at night around 9:40. So just roughly 9:40. The flight leaves 9:40, and it lands at an airport named after a person depicted in the statue. Tomorrow, so it happens 8:30. You have to note this date here. August 3rd is when it lands. 9:30 lands around 1. So what I did was, let me see if I can find the original flight. It was tracked flights. Which one? It was flight stats. Yeah, it was. Yeah, this was. What is it? This was it. This was. I used flight stats for this. Search by airport. So departure airport was. Oh, okay. So the departure airport was. Let me look here. It's from Delhi. To go. Delhi airports. Was it Del? I'm pretty sure it was this one. Delhi airport. Pretty sure it was Del. Pretty sure. So I'm gonna do Del. Yep. And then I believe there are Bengaluru. I had to look up Bengaluru airports. And then I got this one. This is the first thing that popped up. However, the one hint is that it's named after a statue. And I didn't just immediately Google Bengaluru airports. What I did was, when I first saw the challenge, I looked up, like, I immediately locked in. I was like, okay, list of statues in India. I was like, list of statues in India. Statues in India. List of the tallest statues in India. And I literally just, I think I had to look, I remember it was the Statue of Prosperity. It's like I looked through here, and I knew, okay, so, and I knew I was looking for Bangalore, because Bangalore is Bengaluru. So the two are the same. Bangalore equals Bengaluru. So what I did was, like, I looked through here for Bangalore. Yeah, Control F Bangalore. This is the only statue in tall statue in Bangalore. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but that's the name of the man. And that is also the name of the airport. So I was like, okay, great. This is the airport. We just found the airport. I had to look through the Wikipedia page of tallest statues. So, am I recording? Am I recording right? Okay, thank God I'm recording. Okay, so, and the code for this one is, what code are we using again? BLR, Bengaluru. And he's also taking, it was I know it's Air India. Yeah, Air India. Air India food is fire. So I know he's taking Air India, so that's one thing we can do. Air India, and he did it on August 3rd. And timing-wise, so I'm pretty sure this is localized. I know a lot of people struggled with this, and some people were like trying to convert times. You don't need to convert time zones for this, thankfully. Search. Was it this one? Left earlier. 6 to 12. Okay, so left 9:40. Actually left 9:55. Slightly delayed. Remember that? Oh, and it landed around 1. Okay. Air 506. This is it. So, schedule 9:55. Yep, I remember. Yep. So this was the official flight. Air India 506 from Delhi to Bangalore, and that was it. You just had to enter all that in manually. This was kind of painful to do manually. It was a Airbus. Nah, you know what? I'm not gonna do it for you. You know what? Like you got it. You get the idea. You pretty much just had to very carefully, following this syntax here, just enter it all manually. That was a really fun challenge, kind of a wild goose chase. I will definitely play next year. So thanks for watching.